Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Gatormania, and I'm going to be walking you through how to build a car today. I can show you a couple other things real quick, hopefully what you'll be able to build when you're done with this. I'll try to be as thorough as I can. Get my base track first. Be pretty straightforward with it when I'm going through, but I'll save this video back and I'll answer any questions if anybody wants to ask. Basically, I'm going to start with any car body. You can pick any of them. I'm going to do the van since I haven't done anything with the van yet. Start with the basic car body. You can build your own if you'd like. Basically from there, I usually pick my wheels out, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use probably these this time. Basically, when I'm starting with a vehicle, I try to lock everything to the driving line, or at least have the body locked to the driving line, or snap it to the driving line. While you're working with it all the time, keep everything centered as possible. It's very important that everything comes out pretty much dead even. Basically, if you're just starting with a body of the van and a wheel, you can either have a suspension system or just just do a physics hinge right to the body, but I prefer suspension, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Basically, I just lift the body up here a little bit and start building an underframe or a subframe of the car. Try to build something real quick for demonstration. Let's see what we got. Basically, I usually just grab a couple pipes real quick. I think the good ones are over in scaffolding. Use these primarily. And stick build you. I mean, you can use any object. I'm just trying to show you guys how to do it quick and easy. Damn it. I usually work on a 15-degree snap. That seems to be the best for me. Keeping things nice and even. Basically, put one like that. And then cross members to represent the axles. Nice and even. Granted, I'm going to try to show you guys all this in about an hour, so anything, just ask questions if you got them. Basically from here, I'm going to glue that subframe together. Come on. And I'm going to go ahead and make all those parts in advanced physics. Make them no contact response for now. Probably take the weight down a little bit too. About 1,000 kilograms. I'm going to change those types. Okay, so you got your subframe and all that put together. So basically from there you can start adding suspension or connecting the subframe to the main body of the car. Do that a couple different ways. Let's see. Just grab a physics joint. I guess we'll want to make let's see. We'll put some springs on it first. I guess we'll start with the springs. Start with soft until you can adjust it later on when you get them all connected. I always do joint strength 50 for now. Pivots combined. Target 1, body, target 2, subframe. select your pivot, and I want the pivots, when the pivots combined, you're going to put one for each, where each wheel is going to be. So you're going to have 4 springs. There is an advanced technique of getting past using all those springs I can show you guys later on, but for this one I'll just show you this. Basically try to place them evenly, right out here at the end. Centered as you can. I mean, the more centered you can build it, the better it will be in the end. Go ahead and repeat that 3 more times. And then move all the pivot points. Mm-hmm. Alright, so after you get your suspension done, you'll want to take all these blocks, set them off to the side. Try to keep them organized as much as possible. Now it's time to put your tires on. So go ahead and center each one up as much as you can. Center it with the pipe. So that's what it's there for, really. It's just a guide. It'll just be a rough start for now. I know it's not lined up, but I'm just trying to show you guys the basics. And then repeat for the other side. Alright, we'll go ahead and make our body non-contact response. Because I mean, at the moment I just want to show you what's going on, so we'll keep that so nothing interferes with anything. Basically, you got your subframe set, suspension to the body, and your wheels set. Now we need to get rotational hinges on the wheels. I guess realistically there is... Oh, I saw that somewhere else, never mind. Joint strength 50. Properties, user defined. Pivots combined. Always do target 1 as the subframe of the suspension. Target 2 is the wheel. pivot, snap it. From there, you're just going to center those, and I'd like to put them in the center of the wheel like that, and then center them from the other direction. And then do that for each tire. Alright, after you get all your rotational hinges set, you want to go ahead and turn the physics on for the car body, the subframe, and everything. For now, it's probably a good idea to group your wheels in a set of 4 instead of trying to always select each one at a time until you want to fine tune it. So here's your basic body. Wheels are there, a little bouncy. We can smooth that out, probably with some rotational hinges. Okay, start with the springs. Get them stabilized. Probably best to group those to begin with too. Let's go and turn those into hard springs, see what happens. Maybe some angular damping. dampening. Whew. It's a little bouncy. I just did that. Alright, now we'll go ahead and put, add some rotational hinges in here to balance things out. I guess actually a couple, let's see, point-to-points. We'll try a rotational hinge method. Just go ahead and make a stable body for now. Alright, we'll work on the steering for a minute, come back to the suspension once it's all steering's all working. Alright, so for your basic steering systems, I'm going to go over to triggers and events. Start with your game character or game variable data source. Set that to gas. We'll start with the gas. A 2-input operator. For basic vehicles, you just need a 2-input operator. Eventually, you'll get to more advanced techniques where you can factor in more things when you press the gas. Just multiply, operand 1, gas. I'm just going to make it real-wheel drive this time. Can't even see my R's. Go ahead and grab both of the rear ones and go ahead and group those together separately from the rest now. I guess. Alright, go into those and then find your angular motor. Okay. Enable, set your target velocity to the operand that you just set up the input operator. Then you're going to go ahead and make another one of those. Just copy it right off the side. That's going to be your force. You want your force to be extremely low. No higher. If it's in 1 or 2, it's way too high. So I usually multiply it by highest at like 0.20. Just do 1.5 or 0.15. Then go ahead and take it and then link your angular force to that. Dang it, grabbed the wrong one. Alright, after you get that set, you're going to want to set up basic camera controls. Probably save your level. After that, go ahead and change the game character to the vehicle. Just under track settings, game mode, change it to skill, game character, custom object, and just select. Go and set your camera up. You can see what's going on. And test track. Alright, something didn't work. Oh yeah, duh. On the velocity, I usually set it to start out with like 350. Alright, well, turn that around real quick. You either flip the whole hinge or just take the number and go to a negative. I think you'd find it easier just to go to a negative. Go ahead and see how much the whole vehicle weighs, because it seemed like it's pretty heavy. 5,000 kilograms. It's pretty heavy. Probably wanted to stick around at 1,500. Don't need any angular or linear dampening. Restitution stay low. And you might get to where you want to start adding world gravity, like extra gravity on that, but for now I would stick with just normal. There we go, let's see what happens now. Let's try that out. Alright, there's your basic vehicle. No turning yet, but it goes forward. Suspension will be added in. It's kind of, I usually do the like individual suspension for each wheel, but I'm not going to do the subframe setup like that, so I have to walk myself through here. Your basic vehicle. Now we'll add the steering in. Same thing, same start. Just come up here, copy and paste one of your controller inputs, or game variable data source. Turn that to left stick horizontal, or anything you prefer really to steer it. Anything you want. Go ahead and change that. It's going to be in sets of degrees, and every time you go the game variable data source, when it comes to the horizontal sticks, it goes in increments of 3, -3, or +3. So knowing that 3 will be the maximum either way, you want your maximum degree to be based off of that. So I'd say I want about a 30-degree turning range. So we'll go with 10 each way. Then you go ahead and take your same rotational hinge that holds the wheel. Now this method usually works. Sometimes there's been a little bit of kinks with it for some reason randomly not working, but it should. If it doesn't, there's always an alternative method to setting up the steering. Usually go to my angular settings, keep it single axis, angular settings. Take your lower limit Y and upper limit Y and link it to that input operator. Make sure I have both of them selected. See if that works. Yep, worked pretty good right off the bat, first time. Pretty sweet. There you go, there's your basic turning system. It's flipped right now, so if your steering ends up with all of the rotational hinges and get in there and work with that, it's easiest just to turn this one to a negative number, and you can switch your controls back and forth that way. So right now they're inverted. So turn that to a -10, and then when I turn left, it'll go left. Everything's all set up there. Later on, once I'm usually done building the vehicle, I try to keep a lot of the parts on the vehicle with no contact response, so you don't have any random interference problems or anything. But later on, when you're done, you can always add in any kind of objects around the frame to stop, when you roll. Obviously, place small objects, glue them onto the vehicle to act as bumpers. Still leave those in the vehicle. From there, I guess you have the basic steering and basic driving. I guess I usually like to set the camera. Sometimes I stick with the normal game camera, sometimes I go to a custom one, but for now we're just stick with this. Change advanced camera settings, target, or glue to target, target behavior, glue to target. Just keep the interpolation the same right now.